The Navigator Award honors the collaborative efforts and partnerships that break down barriers and create pathways for individuals to have full access to education and life. This year, the award recipient is Nasehi, President and CEO of VisionServe Alliance. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Lee, because I think the world of her. Lee's been President and CEO of VisionServe Alliance since 2019. Previously, she served as President and CEO of Lighthouse Central Florida and Lighthouse Works for nearly 20 years. Prior to that, Lee managed early intervention services for infants and toddlers with special needs in the Florida Panhandle for 5 years, following a decade in the administration of alcohol, drug abuse, and mental health programming in Central Florida. She is a visionary, consensus builder, and nationally recognized leader in the field of vision-specific services for people with blindness and low vision. As the mother of an adult son who is blind and has other disabilities, Lee's leadership is fueled by her personal conviction and a desire to empower individuals who are blind or visually impaired to live with dignity, independence, and fullness of opportunity. Chief among her achievements is the incorporation of Lighthouse Works, a nonprofit social enterprise subsidiary corporation with a double bottom line: employ people with blindness and low vision while generating net revenue for the fulfillment of its parent company's mission of living, learning, and earning with vision loss. Lee has a Bachelor of Science in Psychology and a Master's MSW of Administration from Florida State University, obtained her certificate in nonprofit management from the Rollins College, Crummer Graduate School of Business. Lee is certified as a facilitator, coach, and implementer in several leadership and management systems. And she is just an amazing individual who works tirelessly. And for those who aren't aware of VisionServe, VisionServe is this loose collective of all blindness agencies. And it is full of big people with big dreams and big egos. And it takes a very powerful, in a good way. Egos aren't bad, good way. But sometimes there's really competing philosophies and competing interests. And Lee's job is to wrangle all that and say, folks, let's get focused. The work is at hand and time is short, resources are thin, and she does a masterful job of acknowledging the individual while pulling everybody together in a collaborative manner to really make things happen. So at this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Lee, representing VisionServe.
Ooh, this is scary. I am actually an introvert. I was talking with a few people on the way in here, and I've learned to deal with it. I've spoken in front of lots of people, lots of groups of people, but still every time I get up here, my knees shake a little bit, so bear with me. I don't think I belong up here with these other people, but VisionServe Alliance does. And I'd like to make sure the attention is on VisionServe. Many of our members are you. You're in the audience today. Let me take you back to 1987. Of course, some of you were still just twinkles in your daddy's eyes back then. But some of us were alive. What were you doing, if you were alive, what were you doing in 1987? That was the year VisionServe Alliance was incorporated by a pretty small group of passionate leaders dedicated to some aspect of serving people with blindness and low vision. They had been meeting for a few years before that, and then realized that they could get together and do more than WHINE, W-H-I-N-E, and WINE, W-I-N-E. That they could really make some impact for each other initially, and then much bigger impact for many others. In 1987, my husband and I were learning how to be parents of our first child, Joe, who was born when I was just 25 weeks pregnant. He weighed 1 pound, 14 ounces. And that was a big deal back then. He is blind, and he has cerebral palsy, and he's neurodivergent. And he's the light of our lives. He is the person who introduced us to all of you. Sorry. Every time I talk about him, this happens. Sorry. And that is a wonderful thing. He, like Tiffany in the movie, he was the first person we met who was blind, but certainly not the last one. We have so many friends who are blind and visually impaired, and I can't imagine what our lives would be like without them. Many of those people are members of VisionServe Alliance. Like Craig said, we are a collective of dreamers, of visionaries. We have really big, hairy, audacious goals. And our organization, the paid staff, is very small. I like to say small but mighty. There's only 4 of us full-time employees, but we have a lot of contractors, and more important than that, we have 125 organizational members and all of their staff who are all working with us to make things better for our mutual constituents, to provide more opportunities and make life better. Our big focus right now is dramatically enhancing access to and the quality of vision rehabilitation services, especially for older people, but all adults, because we think that only about 5% of Americans who could benefit from those services are able to access them right now. How is that acceptable? How have we let this go on for so long? We need to think like Ray, think big. How can we change this and make sure every American who wants vision rehabilitation services can get it? Leadership is all about relationship. I learned pretty much everything I know about being a leader or manager of nonprofits from the members of VisionServe Alliance. I became a member when I became a chief executive. I didn't know anything. I did not know what I was doing. I was a mess. But I went to my first VisionServe Alliance meeting, and I met people who were very welcoming, much larger organizations, much smarter people than me, and they welcomed me, they embraced me, they taught me, and they're still my friends. We are all in this together. If you're not a member of VisionServe Alliance yet, what are you waiting for? We have lots to offer. I really want to thank everybody for recognizing the important work of VisionServe Alliance. Thank you.